breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Midday starts now.
Well, good Tuesday morning and welcome into Fox 10 Midday. It's February 24th. We're so glad you could join us for your midday hour. I'm Ashley Mitchell. Well, happening right now, Mobile City Council is currently meeting, and today's meeting could have a big impact on the future of hockey in our area. Fox 10 Stephen Moody is live this morning with the details. Stephen, what can you tell us?
Yeah, hey, good morning. It's been over 24 years since we've felt a chill quite like this here in the city of Mobile, and now professional hockey could be making its way back here to the port city. Today's city council meeting that's happening right now behind me could come in clutch. Now, what I mean by that is this morning the Mobile City Council is considering purchasing key equipment for the arena, including $323,000 for an ice resurfacing machine and $400,000 for a rolling staging system. Mayor Spiro Chirigatis says the dual rink design is intended to address limitations that affected the previous hockey operation in the city. Now, this would be the first hockey team in the port city since the Mystics folded back in 2002, and fans are excited to see the sport return. Now, the new team will play in the Mobile Arena after it opens next year. Meanwhile, for this week's city council meeting, our Brendan Kirby is inside council chambers right now as that meeting is ongoing, and he'll have more throughout the rest of the day. But for now, reporting live this morning here inside Government Plaza, Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
All right, Stephen, thank you. Big things happening in the port city. I loved his hockey sweater he had going on,
he had
too.
A little kind of wintry feel out there.
Yeah.
I think hockey's on a lot of people's minds.
Oh, for sure.
Especially after the Olympics. It's been cold.
Yeah.
It's going to change.
Quickly, too, right?
Yeah, Wednesday, we are up in the 70s.
Wow.
So, yeah, a quick change here in our forecast. It's nice outside right now. It is a little chilly. 45 degrees is your temperature with a southeast wind at 9 miles per hour. Dew point 23. I want to reiterate that we have a fire danger today, and you do not want to be burning today. Even though the winds are lighter, does not matter. We're still very dry, so we had that fire danger, so just keep that in mind. Mobile River really looking nice here from this all-in credit union camera. This is at Dauphin's, looking off to the northeast. Today's afternoon temperatures will get up into the middle and upper 50s. 53 degrees in Fairhope, 57 in Mobile, 57 in Bay Minette, 58 in Atmore, 59 in Bruton. Your afternoon forecast, again, dry, mainly sunny with just these few cirrus clouds out there. Lovely stuff. 56, 57 at 2 and 4 p.m. But tomorrow, a completely different world that we will be in. 74 in Crestview, 69 Destin, 73 in Milton, 74 here in Bruton, 74 in Atmore, 71 in Mobile, 72 Pensacola, 73 in Gulf Shores. Where did these 70s come from? Well, we get a push of southerly wind here, and the pattern really flips. We have a ridge of high pressure that'll stick around for a little while, and the long-range outlook does look quite warm with temperatures in the 70s. One rain chance, though, to talk about in this forecast with a weak system. You can see it here mainly on Friday. We'll be breaking down this forecast in more detail coming up.
Nick, thank you. New today, Mobile police identifying the victim in a deadly crash in Midtown Mobile. Investigators say around 3:15 yesterday morning, officers found Carlos Funes dead in the area of Old Shell Road and Cosgrove Drive. MPD says Funes was standing outside of his vehicle with hazard lights on in the westbound lane of Old Shell when another vehicle traveling westbound struck him. Officials did mention that the driver of that car stayed on the scene of the accident. We will bring you updates in this case. And Mobile police are revealing new details about a deadly crash involving an Amtrak train that killed a mother and daughter. Police confirm the car went around visible warnings, even though the crossing arms, flashing lights, and audible signals were working properly. The impact was so severe the train traveled nearly 700 yards before it could stop. None of the 38 people on board this train were hurt. Amtrak released a statement addressing the tragedy, saying in part, quote, according to the Federal Railroad Administration, railroad crossing incidents are the second leading cause of rail-related deaths in America. These incidents affect everyone involved, those who are injured or die and their families, our train crews and our passengers. And they serve as a critical reminder about the importance of obeying the law and exercising extreme caution around railroad tracks and crossings. In the meantime, a prison guard continues to recover from injuries he suffered in a deadly crash involving a prisoner transport van. Now, his sister is speaking out. Javier Arroyo's family says he was airlifted after the van veered off the road and went up in flames after crashing into a metal pole. This all happened just last week on Interstate 10 in Mississippi. His sister, Carmen Guillen, says her family was stunned when they got the call. Guillen says Javier has worked in corrections for years now and recently moved into transport so he could spend more time with his 5-year-old son.
His legs are broken, his back is broken, his spleen ruptured, and then both of his lungs collapsed shortly after the accident, and he had to be rushed into emergency surgery.
Guillen says they're beyond grateful Javier survived, but heartbroken for the families who lost loved ones in the wreck. His family is also asking for thoughts and prayers as he continues to fight through his recovery. Well, meanwhile, security forces in Mexico work to contain cartel violence after Mexico's military killed a top drug lord. Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera has more on the situation and what Americans in the popular tourist area are doing now.
The Mexican drug cartels know not to lay a finger on a single American or they will pay severe consequences under this president.
The U.S. State Department trying to protect Americans caught in a wave of violence that's rocked Mexico after the military there took out Jalisco cartel leader Nemesio Osguera Cervantes, also known as El Mencho. Shelter-in-place advisories remain in effect for Americans in the popular tourist destination of Puerto Vallarta and surrounding areas. The White House says no Americans have been injured or killed, but many of them are still stranded as most flights remain canceled.
We're in lockdown. We can't leave the hotel. I'm not leaving. I'm stuck here. And there's no way out.
El Mencho was one of the country's most powerful drug lords and cartel leaders. Following his death, his henchmen took to the streets, killing dozens of people and burning down stores, cars, and gas stations. U.S. intelligence helped Mexican officials track him down. El Mencho tried to escape but was injured in a gunfire exchange with Mexican special forces, dying en route to Mexico City. All of this happening as the country prepares to host the World Cup this summer, along with the U.S. and Canada.
The government is going to have a lot of security. I think it will have an impact because everyone just saw what happened. And of course, people are going to think twice about coming.
The State Department has set up a 24-hour phone line, fielding calls to assist Americans on the ground. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Also today, it's a somber anniversary in Ukraine as the country marks 4 years of war with Russia. In an address to the nation, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukrainians have shown hard work, immense courage, and endurance in the 4 years since Russian President Vladimir Putin began his push to take Kyiv. Zelensky said again he wants the war to end, but not Ukraine to end. He also said Putin has failed to achieve his goals, and he has not broken Ukraine or won the war. And the world's largest aircraft carrier, America's USS Gerald R. Ford, is currently docked at the Greek island of Crete. This comes as the U.S. is building up its military presence around the Middle East, as President Donald Trump has threatened sending possible military strikes to Iran. On the island of Crete, residents have scheduled an anti-war protest. Well, on the heels of a Supreme Court decision that struck down a key piece of his economic agenda and foreign policy, President Trump delivers his State of the Union address to Congress and the American people tonight. The president says he has much to say. On Friday, the conservative majority Supreme Court struck down Trump's emergency tariffs, a centerpiece of his economic agenda. Trump, though, lashed back by using a different authority to announce a new global tariff, now at 15%. Congressional Democrats say he's out of touch with American voters, simply feeling squeezed in the current economy.
Affordability continues to be the top issue that they're worried about. And it's not just the American families, the small businesses that have been hurt. This is something where the American people see crystal clear the damage that Trump has done to them.
And Trump's first year back in office has also been marked by sweeping cuts to the federal workforce, massive immigration and crime crackdowns that saw the National Guard deployed in some major cities, and strained relationships among traditional global alliances. 11:09 now, still to come, a road closure that's happening right now to warn you about. Plus,
this will go down as one of the biggest snowstorms on record, but the cleanup is far from over. I'm Caroline Elliott in New York, and I'll have the latest on those cleanup efforts coming up.
At 11:10 is your time. A nice afternoon ahead, maybe for a cat nap. Here's your cat nap forecast. You have temperatures in the 50s this afternoon. This is Deborah Jones sending in Ebony. If you want to send in your pet photos, including cats, do send them in on the Fox 10 weather app. A nice afternoon ahead. By the way, if you're hitting the road anytime soon, this is Interstate 10 eastbound Bayway Wallace Tunnel. Getting out of the Wallace Tunnel, we do have an accident that is slowing down traffic quite a bit. We're going to be keeping you updated on this, but if you have to head eastbound through the Wallace Tunnel for the next about 30 minutes or so, you'll be dealing with this slowdown. We'll keep you updated.
welcome back in. Right now, folks all across the Northeast are digging out after a massive snowstorm swept across the region. Now, another round of snow could impact those cleanup efforts. Fox News senior multimedia reporter Caroline Elliott has this story.
I have been living in Times Square for a few weeks until I find my apartment here, and I never saw the space as empty as it was.
More than 2 feet of snow burying parts of the Northeast, and some areas topping 3 feet deep.
Trying to get it out the way before it set in and freeze. Then it really would be a job then.
Travel bans were issued in multiple states. While some have been lifted, officials warn roads and sidewalks remain icy and dangerous.
Falling ice and snow from rooftops, from the tree branches, and even from power lines as the temperatures fluctuate a little bit.
The heavy, wet snow leading to major power outages across the region. And Massachusetts crews are working to restore service to hundreds of thousands of customers. But the governor says the issue now is access.
We've got the crews. When does the wind die down enough so that it's safe for people to get out in bucket trucks? That's one thing that needs to happen.
And airlines are still playing catch up after the storm grounded travel from Philadelphia to Boston. By this morning, more than 2,000 flights were already canceled, according to FlightAware. Major carriers, including American, Delta, and United, issued travel waivers, allowing customers to change their flights without a fee, but they warn conditions remain challenging.
I'm wondering if they'll let me become the new groundhog and I can decide if winter stays a little bit longer, because this has been a bit much.
And forecasters say another snowstorm could bring a couple more inches to the Northeast on Wednesday. In New York, Caroline Elliott, Fox News.
And Alabama native Corey Wood lives in New York now and works as a nurse practitioner. He sent Fox 10 this video here showing the outside of his apartment in Queens. And as you can see, everything is covered in thick snow from top to bottom. Wood says everyone's been doing what they can to help people with their needs while keeping everyone safe.
We do work together as a community to make sure that everyone is taken care of. The school system here, make sure the students are safe, to be able to do classes online. Of course, my facility, make sure we're taking care of patients. We still have pharmacy open.
And Wood says even with the travel ban now lifted, New York City still remains under a travel advisory. He says many people are walking to nearby bodegas for food.
Quick traffic update for you real quick. This is eastbound Interstate 10, I-10 Bayway. There's a crash just at the exit of the Wallace Tunnel there if you're heading eastbound, and it is slowing down traffic. We've been keeping an eye on it. Traffic does slow down a little bit building up outside of the tunnel there if you're heading eastbound. Again, the Wallace Tunnel on Interstate 10 here in Mobile. So keep that in mind if you have to hit the highway anytime soon to get over to the eastern shore, you're going to have to deal with this force first. Causeway, Bankhead Tunnel doing just fine. So that's your traffic update there. In your forecast, the warming trend begins today. We get all the way up to the 50s for highs this afternoon, but 70s by our Wednesday afternoon. Thursday and Friday, a rain chance comes into the picture, and then after that rain chance, dry and staying mild into the weekend. Next 10 hours in Mobile, sunny skies and mostly clear. A very nice view outside for us this afternoon and this evening. 57 degrees at 3 p.m. in Mobile. Then we'll go down through the 50s into the 40s tonight. Tonight's not going to be as cold. In Pensacola, you see our numbers top out around 54 degrees under a mainly clear, mainly sunny sky. Then a couple clouds around this evening. Temperatures in the 50s, probably getting down to the 40s. Your afternoon temperatures today, fantastic. Your temperatures in the near 60 degrees, mainly upper and middle 50s though. 57 in Mobile, 57 in Bay Minette, 56 in Milton, 56 in Gulf Shores, and 57 in Crestview. Next 48 hours with our Fox 10 Futurecast. This is the graph model. 45 this evening, dropping into the low 40s. So a chilly night is ahead, but notice we do not get to freezing. I think some of the coldest temperatures we'll see overnight tonight will be upper 30s in some of our inland spots like the Highway 84 corridor. Then on Wednesday, you really notice the southerly winds changing our forecast here with the southerly winds bringing in milder air off the Gulf. Therefore, temperatures near 70 degrees in the afternoon. Can't rule out an isolated sprinkle on Wednesday. Rain chances near 0 though. Then on Thursday, higher rain chances as we have stronger southerly flow. We might see a couple showers and those temperatures well up into the 70s. Here's your Wednesday afternoon forecast. You see those temperatures in the 70s. Thursday afternoon, we will also see temperatures here up in the 70s. That's 77 degrees on Thursday, quite the mild one. Friday, temperatures do pull back a little bit because we have rain that'll be ongoing, but the weekend's looking fantastic. And the long-range outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, March 4th through the 10th. So well into March we're looking here. Warmer than average temperatures seem very likely. Here's your rain chance over the next 5 days. You see the rain chance going up here around 60% on Friday. One of the things that we've noticed with the forecast models, it's been a slightly slower progression. Therefore, we've had to bump the rain chance up for Friday itself. So again, some rain showers possible on Thursday, but Friday is the bigger show here with the rain showers and a rumble of thunder possible. We are really not expecting severe weather with this system. Around a quarter of an inch to half an inch, especially with higher totals near the coast if the frontal boundary stalls out like the GFS forecast model says it could. So we're going to be watching our coastal areas there Friday for that higher rain chance throughout the entire day. Then looking at the following weekend, just absolutely stunning with temperatures that are in the 70s. Morning temperatures are a little milder too in this long range forecast.
All right, Nick, thank you. A reminder for drivers this morning, part of Perimeter Road at Mobile International Airport will close today for some utility work. This map here shows where the work will take place. Take a look. The closure will support construction of a new airport hangar. Crews expect the work to take about 24 hours, so plan ahead for possible delays on your commute. The road should reopen, though, by tomorrow. As we mark Black History Month, 156 years ago today, a Mississippi minister walked into the United States Senate and made history. On February 24, 1870, Hiram Rhodes Revels became the first African-American ever sworn into the United States Senate. The seat he took, the one once held by Jefferson Davis, the former president of the Confederacy. It showed in unmistakable terms how much the nation had changed. Revels' swearing in was a defining moment of Reconstruction, and his story remains one of the most powerful in American political history, a barrier broken and a legacy that endures to this day. Coming up, spring break is just a couple of weeks away now. How you can score some sweet deals. And this morning's Consumer Watch will tell you what you need to know after this. You're watching Fox 10 Midday. Welcome back in. Spring break season is around the corner, and if you haven't booked a getaway yet, don't worry, there's still time. In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan has tips on how to still score those hot deals.
Are you tired of the snow and cold weather? It's not too late to book a spring getaway. There are loads of places that still have availability and places that you can find great deals.
Emily Kaufman, known as the Travel Mom, says if you're looking for somewhere warm, all-inclusive resorts are great for families.
They're a great way to stick to a budget, and you get so much value. Your accommodations, your meals.
Looking for something adventurous like skiing? If you book at a Vail Resort, which are located at various ski towns, you can get $100 or more off per lift ticket if you book at least 4 weeks in advance.
That's a savings of 30%.
Kaufman recommends Keystone Resort for families. There's one located right outside of Breckenridge, Colorado. If you don't want to splurge on a long hotel stay, Kaufman says check out Resort Pass. They sell day passes to hotels and spas at more than 2,500 locations in the U.S., Caribbean, Mexico, and parts of South America. When you're planning your trip, check out the community's Convention and Visitors Bureau because they'll often advertise special deals on local activities. Kaufman says being flexible with your travel dates will help keep down the cost, but that can be tricky when you're tied to the school calendar.
Flights are going to be challenging because it's all about supply and demand.
Kaufman suggests checking alternate airports around your destination city because prices can fluctuate.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
And meanwhile, Panama City Beach police are taking a hard line on rowdy spring break behavior. 3 weeks ago, Police Chief J.R. Talamentes announced strict enforcement measures for the upcoming busy season. From March 28th through April 11th, the city will enforce stronger crowd control and a curfew for minors. Also, minors will not be allowed in bars or restaurants serving alcohol after 10 p.m. The chief's warning went viral on TikTok with more than 700,000 views. But online, some spring breakers say they'll do what they want anyway, and that police won't stop them.
If you think that your comments behind a keyboard while you're sitting on your couch, lonely and pathetic, are going to make us change our operational plan, we're not intimidated.
And the chief also warned people not to fall for unauthorized PCB takeover flyers. He made it very clear every violent act in Panama City Beach will result in an arrest. So a heads up if you're planning on heading down there. 11:26. Thank you for staying with us here on the show. Still to come, FedEx is suing the Trump administration. We'll tell you the reason why coming up in your business headlines. Plus, some businesses are using a high-tech dog for added security. That story is coming up, and did you know? But first, Nick, looking at a lot of sunshine behind you outside.
Definitely, these live cameras always providing such a nice view, and you do also see the traffic that's building eastbound Interstate 10. We are keeping you updated on that. We have an accident that is on the eastbound side of the Wallace Tunnel, exiting the Wallace Tunnel there, and it is slowing down traffic. So if you have to be heading eastbound anytime soon, keep that in mind. We'll keep you updated right here on Fox 10 Midday.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Midday.
Welcome back. Turning now to your half-hour headlines today. The Guthrie family is offering $1 million for help getting their mother back. Today Show host Savannah Guthrie announced the reward on Instagram this morning just a few hours ago. She has maintained hope that her mother is still alive since she vanished more than 3 weeks ago now. That appears to be fading as Guthrie acknowledged the 84-year-old may be gone. Still, the family is offering the money for information leading to her location. And then actor Robert Carradine's management company says he's died at the age of 71. He's best known for starring in Revenge of the Nerds and The Long Riders. In a statement to Deadline, Carradine's family says he struggled with bipolar disorder. They express they hope his story can alleviate the stigma around mental illness. Hilary Duff says on social media she's grateful for the warmth Carradine showed her on the set of Lizzie McGuire. And finally, St. Michael quarterback Gunnar Rivers is following closely in his father's footsteps. The son of former NFL star Philip Rivers has committed to NC State 26 years after his dad suited up for the Wolfpack. Rivers chose NC State over offers like Auburn, Georgia, and Miami. He is the 13th ranked player in the state of Alabama in the 2027 class, and we can't wait to watch his journey. In your business news now, Home Depot beat Wall Street expectations. A major deal for chips to power data centers. A shipping giant sues the government, and a lawsuit over music at Trump rallies gets resolved. Here's Fox's CJ Papa with your business briefs.
Home improvement projects on the rise. Home Depot held up better than expected in the recent quarter. Its earnings and sales cooled from a year earlier, but top forecasts, and it's expanding. Home Depot plans 15 new stores this year. Meta Platforms has agreed to buy AI tech from Advanced Micro Devices to power data centers. The Wall Street Journal says the 5-year deal is valued at more than $100 billion and could result in Meta owning as much as 10% of AMD stock. FedEx is suing the U.S. government in the U.S. Court of International Trade. The shipper is seeking a full refund plus interest for trade duties paid. Now that the U.S. Supreme Court struck down the tariffs, the FedEx lawsuit did not say how much it paid in tariffs. And President Trump and his 2024 election campaign have settled a copyright infringement lawsuit brought by the estate of legendary R&B singer Isaac Hayes. The case accused then-candidate Trump of repeatedly using the song "Hold On, I'm Coming" on the campaign trail without permission. Hayes' son, Isaac Hayes III, says the family and estate are satisfied with the outcome. CJ Papa, Fox News.
11:33 now, and if you bought some frozen meatballs from Aldi, you might want to listen up. Some products are being recalled for potential contamination. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, recalled nearly 9,500 pounds of 32-ounce frozen Bremer family-size Italian-style meatballs. Officials say these products on your screen possibly contain metal pieces inside. The affected products were sold at Aldi stores around the nation and were produced on July 30th, 2025, with best buy dates of October 30th, 2026. No injuries or illnesses have yet been reported, but customers are urged to throw the frozen meatballs away or return them to the place of purchase, so something to look out for there.
At 11:34, we're keeping you updated on traffic situation right now. This is eastbound Interstate 10 at the Wallace Tunnel. At the exit of the Wallace Tunnel, we have an accident that has occurred that is slowing down traffic going into the eastbound side of the tunnel here on Interstate 10. We've seen the backup spreading back quite a ways there, so keep that in mind. If you are heading eastbound, the Causeway and Bankhead Tunnel are flowing just fine. There's your update. All right, your forecast has some warmer temperatures ahead. The warming trend really begins now with highs in the 50s today, but highs in the 70s tomorrow. Thursday and Friday, we have a rain chance with I think most of the rain coming on Friday. Then after that system passes, we do not have cold air that comes in. It is a dry and mild weekend ahead. Let's start with the rain chances. We'll start looking at Wednesday into Thursday. Wednesday, there's a near zero rain chance. It's maybe around 0 to 10%. Southerly flow brings in a lot more moisture. Then on Thursday, we could see a few passing rain showers, therefore a rain chance around 30%. Rain chance increases Thursday night into Friday. Friday, a boundary comes in here, sits over our area, brings rain showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. We are not really expecting any severe weather with this. Here's your boundary that comes in here. This is a cold front. And on Friday morning, it's positioned right over our Fox 10 viewing area, bringing us a chance for rain showers first half of the day. Then the latest trends in the forecast models have the front lingering a little later in the day. This is 10 p.m. The boundary stalled just off to our south with rain showers just off to our south. So we have added that rain chance a little later in the day. Here's the latest update with the GFS forecast model rainfall totals. You see around 1/4 to 1/2 inch over the next 7 days. The bulk of that coming with our Friday morning rain chance. We're going to be keeping you updated on this. Be sure to follow the Fox 10 Storm Tracker team on social media. We'll have regular updates throughout the week. Just search our names on social media. Your 10-hour planner in Mobile, temperatures in the 50s with mainly sunny skies. Then as we go through this evening, temperatures drop into the 40s, not as cold as it has been. In Pensacola, temperatures topping out in the 50s here under a mainly sunny sky. Then we go into the low 50s and upper 40s, possibly in the overnight hours. Winds are starting to turn out of the south, though. Today's afternoon temperatures still a little cool, 58 degrees, 57 degrees, 60 degrees. And some of the numbers there. Overnight tonight, again, not as cold with temperatures. The coldest readings will probably be in the upper 30s in our inland spots, Monroeville and Evergreen there at 39 degrees, 45 in Mobile overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, 49 in Gulf Shores. Then our Wednesday afternoon is much milder with those temperatures in the 70s, 74 Leakesville and Lucedale, 73 in Gulf Shores and 72 in Pensacola. After our rain chance on Thursday, Friday, notice Friday, because of cloud cover, we keep those rain or the temperature down just a little bit. The long range forecast is quite impressive here with temperatures staying in the 70s. Let's go very long range. This is our Climate Prediction Center, 8 to 14 day guidance here. The long range outlook shows warmer than average temperatures seeming very, very likely here for the region. And that goes into March. So some 70s around, and it looks like they will stay. Here's that 7-day outlook, 30, then 60 for Thursday, Friday for those rain chances. Starting March this weekend with some warm temperatures.
All right, Nick, thank you. Drought conditions are settling in here on the Gulf Coast. As Nick has mentioned many times this morning, we are several inches below normal when it comes to rain. Our Sarah Wall is taking a look at the drought forecast, what this means for you and your family, and what forestry officials are dealing with right now. In Depth with Sarah Wall, drought conditions is available right now. You can find it on the Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app. And this Friday, Fox 10 and Infirmary Health are excited to host a free heart health screening event. There you will get a complete cholesterol screening and blood pressure check with just a simple finger stick and results in 5 minutes. No fasting is required for this. We encourage you to take part in our Show Your Heart Some Love event Friday morning from 8 to 11 at Pro Health in Mobile, Thomas Fitness Center in Fairhope, and the North Baldwin Fitness Center in Bay Minette. A healthcare professional will review your results with you on the spot. Did you know some businesses are using a high-tech version of the classic guard dog to add an extra level of security? Well, Susan Campbell shows us how the drone dog combines automation and human expertise to sniff out threats. Take a look.
This robot is covered in sensors and does automated patrols. It's the size of a dog. It even has some of the same mannerisms. And this dog is full of tricks.
Drone dog's on patrol at a warehouse in Waddell.
It's doing all of those checks, gates, doors, locks, looking for people in places where they shouldn't be.
How many miles has this robot patrolled at just this site?
This robot has patrolled thousands of miles just in this yard.
A-Salon's Brian Hodgins says there are robots like this all over the country, patrolling places like distribution centers and manufacturing plants. When they're on patrol, they provide live video feeds to a monitoring center in Pennsylvania where people are watching.
We can stop the robot in one place, move the camera over, zoom in 40x onto a door to inspect it. We can, if we're operating at night, switch over to thermal as well too, to easily detect heat signatures.
This technology is used at big events too.
For example, out at the Indy 500, we're operating with a chemical gas detection sensor integrated on board the robot underneath the tunnel system.
From tunnels to stairs, it can navigate all kinds of obstacles thanks to 20 or so sensors that are built in.
There's a lot of engineering work that's gone into the stability piece here. So in terms of maintaining its ability to stay upright around curbs, up and over gravel and uneven terrain here, the stability is truly like unmatched with this robot.
Every single joint moves independently.
It does, yep.
Those movements sometimes mimic an animal so well, you almost forget he's a robot. He's ready to go. You did it. You feel like it's real.
You do. Each one kind of has their own personality.
Are there privacy concerns with something like this that is live streaming images?
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of privacy, think of it like another camera here. This camera here happens to have 4 legs.
And a 90-minute battery life. Then it's back to the doghouse to recharge and rest up for the next patrol.
Ryan says there is a speaker on Drone Dog so it can talk to people in its path, either with a pre-recorded message or live communication. I'm Susan Campbell.
Wow, so neat to see how technology evolves there. Straight ahead, the best grocery stores are ranked, and there was a new #1 this year. Plus, don't forget the chips and queso at Chipotle today. We'll tell you the reason why. It's all coming up in your Midday Talkers. Welcome back. Trader Joe's outranks Publix as America's top grocery store.
Wow. So new data from the American Consumer Satisfaction Index ranks Trader Joe's in the top as the top U.S. grocery store in 2026. Edging out Publix, though, by a slim margin.
Okay, so Trader Joe's received an 86-point score in customer satisfaction, while Publix received 84.
Both chains tied for the #1 spot in 2025.
The annual survey ranks stores on several categories like quality of meat and produce, speed of the checkout process, and store cleanliness.
31,000 shoppers were surveyed in this year's rankings.
Texas chain H-E-B ranked #3 with 83 points, followed by Sam's Club, Aldi, and Costco. No surprises there. What do you think about this? Trader Joe's be #1.
I really can't speak on it because I have not had experience at a Trader Joe's before,
Really?
Which I am sad about because I know it is a good store. We love a Publix, though.
We do love a Publix. What is the closest Trader Joe's to us here in Mobile County?
I'd have to look it up. I don't know if it's some.
New Orleans or Birmingham is what our producer said.
Yeah,
I think people have been pushing for a Trader Joe's for quite some time. We had one pretty close to us growing up in Missouri, but it's a great place. A lot of people love it, and it's its own experience.
You know, there's a very large store in Fairhope that is now for lease. That Trader Joe's could
we
come
can
in.
only hope.
I wish. I'm gonna push.
Hope. I'm sure. I see it all over social media.
No,
People
literally,
begging for a Trader Joe's.
I will see, because there's a building for lease in Fairhope that is large, but I've seen it in Facebook group comments of like, oh, we need a Trader Joe's, we need a Trader Joe's.
Don't get our hopes up. We'll see what happens there. Well, a major food chain is celebrating National Tortilla Chip Day by giving customers free sides of its popular chip and cheese combo.
National Tortilla Chip Day, I should say, and Chipotle are honoring the occasion by offering guests a free selection of chips and queso for a limited time.
Ooh, music to my ears. To snag the deal, purchase a full-priced entree through the Chipotle app, chipotle.com or chipotle.ca, and enter the code CHIPS26. Again, that's CHIPS26.
The chain says the offer will be available until tomorrow, so
Time
be on
to go
the
to
lookout
Chipotle.
if you want to go get yourself some Chipotle chips.
That's nice because you usually have to pay for it when you add it to your entree.
Yes. I couldn't tell you the last time I ate at Chipotle, actually.
So it's one of my favorites.
It's a great.
There's a close one
you know
on
what?
Airport Boulevard here.
I credit my parents. One day they brought me some. That was a while ago, and we had that for like a dinner.
How nice is that? Their queso is really good. I think that queso varies, and they have a good one. I don't like all queso, but definitely get out and get your free queso and chips today. Well, in upstate New York, drivers had to move over because several cows wandered onto the interstate.
Take a look at the scene in Bladesdell yesterday afternoon. Wow.
Yeah, authorities said 3 cows escaped from a livestock trailer that was disabled and parked on the shoulder of the thruway.
Traffic flow was delayed as authorities worked to catch the animals. 2
of the cows were quickly caught, but one managed to zigzag in and out of the roadway. Wow, look at him.
Eventually, all 3 were wrangled by their owner. State police said there were no injuries or accidents reported with the cows invading the roadway.
Just a tough mix there. Not only is it cold and you're navigating the roads, imagine being stuck in traffic and seeing 3 massive cows, you know, just running down the road, doing their thing.
Getting ready for a blizzard. We're trying to get home.
They're just trying to play in the snow.
What?
They're just trying to play in the snow.
Yeah,
Look,
I guess so.
They're having a lot of fun. That's a great video there. I'm cracking up. He's holding his neck, running with him. We want to thank you for staying with us here on Fox 10 Midday. Still much more to come after the break. But first, Nick, we are looking where?
Dauphin Island Sea Lab, a very, very nice view right now. We'll keep you updated on your forecast on one more forecast check and a traffic check coming up after the break.
A worker gets an unsettling surprise when he pops the top on a fugitive's hiding spot. Plus, a dog and its owner are back together after a Rocky Mountain adventure gone awry. Patrick Cornell has these stories and more in today's Take a Look at This.
An unsuspecting sanitation worker got quite the scare when they popped the top on a bin, not finding trash, but a person wedged inside who, upon spotting police, quickly bolted and was later arrested. Huber Heights, Ohio police say this trash can caper started when the suspect ran from a traffic stop. Dash cam just happened to catch the moment the worker lifts the lid on the case, frantically pointing police in the direction of a person emerging from the hiding spot. Police posting online saying, as luck would have it, Oscar the Grouch, as we've nicknamed our suspect, appeared at just the right place and the right time. Officers say that suspect was taken into custody and no one was injured. Check out these cows running rampant along a New York interstate. Get it? Traffic had to steer around the byway barnyard as, well, this poor person does their best to contain the utter chaos. Reportedly, a trio of animals liberated themselves from a broken-down trailer. All three were eventually wrangled, according to state police. This happy pair is back together after the dog spent 43 days on the run in the Rocky Mountains. Video posted by Summit Lost Pet Rescue shows the moment they were reunited. The dog, literally named Rocky, got loose from a sitter while his owner Steven was skiing in Keystone, Colorado during a cross-country road trip. Steven enlisted the help of the pet rescue to hunt down his four-legged friend. They spotted Rocky 3 days later but couldn't corral the canine.
They're resilient, you know, they're animals. They're tough, they're resourceful. They'll find food, they'll find water, they'll find shelter.
40 days later, they got a call about Rocky's location and tracked him down. After spending a little time with a vet to get healthy, Rocky and Steven were reunited and got to finish their trip to California.
Bye, Rocky! Safe travels!
For Take a Look at This, I'm Patrick Cornell.
Some sweet stories there. I love it.
Let's get a look at the forecast now. I want to go to the live cameras first. We're going to talk a little traffic here. We still have this incident that is just outside of the Wallace Tunnel if you're heading eastbound on Interstate 10. It's caused a decent little backup. There's one lane that is moving, exiting the tunnel eastbound, but you can see where that buildup of traffic is. We'll zoom in on some of this here. This is our all-in credit union camera at Dolphins looking down towards the Interstate 10 there. And you can see where the buildup is, and it does go pretty far back. Here's our Admiral camera, 45 degrees, by the way, so it's still chilly out there, and you can see the buildup. So keep that in mind. Interstate 10 Bayway is moving just fine, though, 46 degrees there with a south-southeast wind at 6 miles per hour. We have some mild days ahead on the Gulf Coast. We have a big warm-up going into Wednesday. Wednesday, a high of 71 degrees. Then Thursday, 77 degrees. A cold front passes on Thursday, but it is not that cold. We have temperatures that stay in the 70s in the long-range outlook. Here's the rain chance associated with that cold front passing. Friday, a decent rain chance through the day. Looks like rainfall totals around 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Some of the trends have been a little slower with this thing. So that means that if the frontal boundary stalls out near the coast, we could get a few more coastal showers. Very beneficial, and we could see some higher rainfall totals near the coast. However, that is very, 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 very subject to change because the forecast models are still shifting around here. So right now we have scattered rain showers on Thursday with Friday picking up a little bit in coverage and maybe a rumble of thunder. We are not expecting any severe weather after this. Then, of course, your weekend, stellar, stunning with 75 and 77. Maybe a milder feel, almost spring-like into next week.
I love it. I love the 70s. Beautiful forecast there. We want to thank you for spending some time with us here on Fox 10 Midday. Be sure to stay with us for Fox 10 Live at 3. We will see you all soon.
Yeah, there's a look outside again. Quick reminder that it's eastbound Interstate 10. We'll keep you updated.